Better than McLaren?
Better than factory.
Let's go.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're gonna be back to work on a McLaren 720S. As you guys see in the previous video, we pretty much have all the body panels painted on the car, and it turned out really good. The clear coat laid down pretty good. We do have a little run right here on this quarter panel that we will have to sand out, but you know, stuff like that happens, and that's gonna be all right. We'll sand it out, buff it out later. But now what I wanna do in today's episode is pretty much just paint the rest of the parts. Pretty much all we have is a front bumper, two lower side skirts, and this spoiler over here, and also the rear bumper. And honestly, I was thinking about getting a carbon fiber bumper, carbon fiber spoiler, and that's why I really wasn't planning on painting this one, because it does look pretty cool, but I was thinking maybe get a carbon fiber one, but it turns out they're freaking insanely expensive. So what we're gonna do probably is go ahead and take this thing off and sand it down and get it painted. And I was thinking about painting this top area right here white, and then probably down here there's like a nice body line right here, and we can probably paint the bottom section black, and I think it would just go really good with all the other black accents, especially when the spoiler is up. It'll probably look pretty cool, and when the spoiler is down, you won't even notice it. Before we paint all the parts, what I want to do is go ahead and take this spoiler off, get it sanded, and then we can take all of our other parts and put everything in the paint booth. So guys, we just got the spoiler off, and man, this thing is freaking heavy compared to like the other body panels. It's kind of weird though, like the doors are really heavy, the quarter panels are really light, and then the front end parts are really light. I guess that's just how they do their weight distribution on these cars. But as you can see right here, it is split in two pretty much, so it's gonna be there's gonna be really no tape line or anything, and it's pretty much gonna look factory, and it's just gonna look sick, because whenever you lift it up, everything back there is gonna be black, and all you're gonna see is the tail lights. And we might even add some kind of lettering back here. Add something cool, just you only see it whenever I fly right past you. Guys, what do you think we should put at the bottom here? Maybe we just put a big old V-tune sticker, or just something cool because it just lifts up. But let's go ahead and get this thing sanded down. We need to fix this little crack right here, or it's like a little chip. I guess it's like a rock chip or something like that. But otherwise, the spoiler looks awesome. Let's grab some sandpaper and sand this bad boy down. Alrighty guys, so the spoiler is all finished up. We also went ahead and blocked it out because it was a little bit wavy. And the weird thing is, when I was at the dealership the other day and I was looking at some of their other cars, they weren't as wavy. So I don't know what was going on with this car. Maybe it was built on a Friday, everybody wanted to go home. But let's go ahead and get all the parts in the paint booth and get them painted in. So we have all the parts in the paint booth. Pretty much all we're gonna be painting is both side skirts, the front bumper, the spoiler, and the rear bumper. And we do also have to repaint this area right here on the door. This is a used door I bought a long time ago, pretty much when I bought the car, and there was a little bit of scratches and scuffs right here, so this has to all get painted black. Now pretty much all we need to do is go ahead and wipe everything down with some wax and grease remover, glass clean it, and then Paul will come in here and spray it in.
Alright guys, we got the rest of the parts from the McLaren in the paint booth. It's going to be the same process as on the other stuff. We're going to do a white sealer, the help with the base coat, and then we'll do the base coat and the clear. But before we do all that, we actually have the door, and it's kind of a different thing. I don't normally do this, but there's a section of the door that needs to be black. So we're going to go ahead and spray the black base coat, let it cure, cover it up, and we'll clear coat it with the rest of the parts. Let's get started. So I decided to go ahead and clear coat the door. We're gonna take a quick lunch break. Once we're back, we're gonna go ahead and pull the door out of the paint booth and spray the rest of the parts.
That's all McLaren door. Dang, that looks good.
Now that the door is cured and we got it out of the paint booth, we're gonna go ahead and start with the rest of the painting process. We got one piece of raw plastic that's gonna require a little bit of adhesion promoter. After that, we'll do sealer, base coat, and clear coat. All right guys, I'll see you when we're through.
Passed the V-tune inspection.
Looks good.
Looks good. Let's go.
All the
Paul
parts
stays
are
killing
good.
it. He stays killing it.
Side skirts look good. Bumper looks good. All the body work turned out beautiful. So once again, guys, Paul knocked it out of the park. All the parts are painted. Everything looks really good. And we kind of just decided not to paint the back of the spoiler black. That was just a little too much work. And we can always do it later if we want to. But for now, that's it. Now we're going to come back tomorrow, let everything dry, and start assembling the car. So it's the next morning here at the shop. All the parts are painted, so pretty much every part on this McLaren is finally painted white. We have the bumper over here, both side skirts, the front bumper also right here. Everything turned out awesome. Paul did an amazing job on that. We also got the spoiler back there, which looks really good too. And before we put any of these parts on to show you guys how awesome it looks, we're gonna go ahead and start assembling it. The first thing I wanna do is actually start off a little small. I wanna go ahead and put that door on the driver's side because we have pretty much everything we need to put it together. We can put the window in, all the moldings, trim, put everything on, line it up, and then we can start assembling the front end. We're gonna start off with this door right here, and as you can see, it's pretty much missing all the parts on it, and including the top window. But good thing we do have another door. It's actually sitting on our other tub right there, and we just put it up there so that top window wouldn't break, because those things are pricey. So the first thing we need to do on the car is we need to remove this front left wheel, because I need to get this, this is like a little, it's like a shield that actually holds the fender, but there's no way to get these bolts on for the door with this shield on. So let's go ahead and remove this wheel and get this door on. Alrighty guys, so we got the entire door back together. We put all the moldings on. We also went ahead and put this window in, and we did use our original switch. It was a little bit broken, but it still worked. And we pretty much took a lot of stuff off this door still. We took the airbag out of it and a couple of other small little things, and also the ECU. Now that pretty much the entire door is back together, we can't put this panel on yet because we do have to do a little bit of wet sanding and buffing and polishing it up, and we have to get like in the back over there, so we're not going to put any of that back on right now. The reason why I'm not putting on this top glass at the moment is I want to get this door 100% in its position, and the only way to do that is pretty much button up the quarter panel and put on the fenders, which we can't do right now because we still have to buff that. And these windows have a tendency to crack, actually from the dealership, within the manufacturer. Like I was reading online, and sometimes they'll just crack out of nowhere because the doors weren't adjusted properly to all the body gaps. What we're gonna do right now, guys, is pretty much just put all these panels on the car. We still have to do a lot of buffing, so we can't like finalize putting everything on. But right now, what I want to do is pretty much just put all these panels on and give you guys a nice look of what this car is going to look like. White. A lot of people didn't really like the white, but I absolutely love the white, and you guys are about to see in a moment. So there it is, guys. The McLaren is finally all one color. Everything is painted out really nice. And guys, I don't know how you could not like the white, especially even the brake calipers. They're black right here, and that matches the color of the car, and it looks really cool. And pretty much after we tint like these windows right here, we'll get tint the side window, probably tint the front window. This thing's gonna look absolutely amazing. I know, guys, I could have went with any other color, but I just think white looks absolutely amazing on these McLaren 720Ss. Everything turned out beautiful on the car. And pretty much in the next episode, what we're gonna do is we have to install our intake tubes, paint. We're gonna paint all the trim. Like there's a bunch of trim on the sides, and it's a gunmetal color right now, but I wanna get everything painted in black so it would match the white. And then the front splitter, I actually have to do a little bit of repair work on the front splitter. It is a little bit damaged. So we can pretty much start assembling this thing to its final product. We do still need a couple more parts, and I do also have some pretty good news. There's another company that we actually bought the tub from. They actually bought another McLaren 720S, and it's actually hit in the passenger side, and we need a couple little more things. Like we actually need the rear shock. I couldn't find one of those anywhere, but now we actually have it. So hopefully next week we can go ahead and get all that stuff here, and we can pretty much get this thing driving, and then we'll do an oil change, probably drive it up the road and see what happens. Guys, that's gonna be a wrap for today's video, man. This car has came a long way. It came from a tub like what's sitting over there now to this, and it's pretty much 80% done. We still have a lot of small things to do, which are kind of the hardest. But that being said, thanks for watching. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at VTune. Also, like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and check out vtune.com for some merch. Thanks for watching.
Yuri, what you think about the color, man?
White, man.
What's wrong with it?
I don't know. Kind of giving off that stormtrooper vibe.
Is it? Shoot, that's what I was saying. That thing looks sick.
Is Ben a Star Wars fan?
I think so. I mean, maybe. What do you think, Mark? Is he a Star Wars fan?
I feel like I've seen him watching Star Wars.
This is a McLaren treasure chest right here. Open it up. Open it up. See what's in there.
Over 13 million McLaren parts in here.
Oh my gosh. How much do you think that is with a bunch of plastic
About
parts?
100,000 in this box.
No, I'd probably say over 300,000. This is a whole McLaren just sitting inside the box.